Okay, so picture this. You're on some amazing trip somewhere beautiful and you forgot your polarizing filter at home. Or you don't have one. You don't have a polarizer. Or maybe you're like me and you're just kind of too lazy to get it out of your bag, take your UV filter off, and screw it on your camera just to give you that little added oomph of poppy skies and blue color. Well, I've got a solution for you. You do not need a polarizing filter to do this. You don't need a polarizer to make blue skies pop like a polarizer. So I'm going to show you today in Lightroom, in Camera Raw, how to use some kind of advanced techniques to get the polarizer look without a polarizing filter. So imagine being in scenes like this and you want photos like this. You want those saturated blue skies. You want the clouds to pop. You want some drama. You want kind of that extra saturation without making the photo look overcooked, over edited. Well, these photos are of course beautiful, and this is what we're ultimately trying to go after. Yes, you could buy a polarizing filter, you could have one on your camera at all times, but frankly, you may not totally need it if this is the look you're going for. So follow me over to my editing screen here, and I'm gonna show you how to get this look with just a few simple clicks in Lightroom. Okay, so here are the three photos we're gonna be going through today. This is the Bryce Canyon viewpoint at sunrise, a little bit of blue sky peeking out, but you know, if you had a polarizer, it'd pop more. Good rich blues in tropical islands. This is the Solomon Islands. And then here, totally different area, the deserts of Namibia. You could just tell with the amount of blue sky, with the way it looks, these would be pretty poppy if you had a polarizer. But again, fear not. Let's go into the first one and show you what to do, and we're going to repeat it a couple times. Okay, great. So here we are. Obviously, we're looking at some nice saturation here. It's as simple as this. So you come over to your editing pane here and you want to look for a color mixer. Oftentimes it's going to be compressed like this, so just make sure you expand it, and you have three different tabs: hue, saturation, and luminance. What you want to do here, and this is actually a global edit, which makes it very, very easy. You could do a brush edit, but with luminance you have to do a global edit, but fear not, it actually works really, really darn well. So you're going to come over to luminance and you're just going to decrease blue luminance. And watch how it makes that sky just pop a little bit. But we're not done there. It's a two-step process. Decrease blue luminance and then increase blue saturation. And look how it just makes that sky pop. Ooh, I really, really like that. So again, it's a pretty simple process. Don't be fazed by the fact that looking at real-time edits kind of makes it look a little bit oversaturated. Once you come back to this, you're going to realize that that is exactly the blue it needed to contrast that yellow, that warm tone, that kind of fiery red and orange in the foreground. But again, don't take my word for it on just one. We got three examples today. So here's another one, classic beach scene, and we're going to use the same technique. So come over here to the color mixer panel. We're going to start with blue luminance, and we're talking about like pretty drastically decreasing it. So coming way down, you can see how those clouds start to pop. It really is just taking out the light from the blues, and then saturation of the blues here. And oh, you can go nuts and just go way over the top, right? Obviously, we don't want to be that much. And remember, you still have the whole rest of the editing suite to play with. So this is just one setting. So if it's not, the end photo that you want, don't worry. In fact, we'll kind of show you an example here. I can come over here and just go ahead and hit good old auto. Might come over here and boost the contrast up a little bit. Might even use vibrance, kind of a smart saturation slider. And notice how the blues really, really come out. I might even mess around with the blacks a little bit just to kind of make some shadowing. Come over here and do my famous little reverse edit where I make a radial filter and then just hit X to inverse it and then darken it. And again, this is not necessarily polarizing, mimicking, but you can see how the end photo really does look quite nice and gives you that blue saturation, that blue pop that you really benefit from having a proper polarizing filter. We got a third example here, a lot of sky. It's a pretty hazy sky, and once again, this is where a polarizer shines, but you don't have it, you're like me, and you're too impatient to go through the process of putting it on. Fear not, come over to the color mixer, once again, start with luminance, look at the sky here as I do this, boom, look at that, and then saturation blues, And there's the polarizing filter effect. This is absolutely amazing. You could go one step further. This, again, goes a little bit outside of the traditional polarizing look, but you could come over here, and if you wanted to say, well, that blue is not exactly the blue I'm going for, you can even mess with the blue hue, come over a little bit more purple, make it that rich sort of violet blue that is also sometimes attributed to polarizing filters. You could go the other direction and make it a little bit more teal. But really, with these two main things in the color mixer panel, saturation and luminance, you can get, I would say, 90% of the effect of a polarizing filter. The last little bit, come over to hue, maybe get it a little bit more purple and magenta in there to bring that rich, dark blue color out. So yeah, it's as easy as that. It's just a matter of finding the color mixer panel, messing with the blue luminance and the saturation. For blues, we're talking about selective color saturation. And you can get that awesome polarizer look without spending money, without packing a polarizing filter. It's a great hack, it's a great tool, and it works each and every time.